Hi everyone. Thank you, Mr. Spitzner, for your keynote. My name is Romy Zschiedrich. I'm the head of communications of the Research Fab Microelectronics Germany. And before we start with a little Q&A now, I want to drop some funny insights, because the two of us are the only persons in this room which are involved in the project since the very first beginning. So we are kind of the parents of Green ICT at FMD. No, Niels, no, don't laugh, it is like that. So another funny thing is, actually this was the first project proposal I've ever written in my entire career so far. Now I'm a pro in it, but it was also the first project I was in charge as a head of communications. So Green ICT means a lot for me. It's a bit emotional to see how ideas I've written down 6 years ago come to life, and all these young people, all these talented people, all these fresh ideas come to life. And so, I think we need to move back to the year 2019. What was the initial idea of Green ICT at FMD?
I have to let out this joke because a young lady asked the old man how it all began many years ago. Yes, indeed, 2019 we got the question from the research ministry to implement, to include such kind of student academy or summer camp, what they run for 10 years or something like that, into the freshly built up Forschungsfabrik Mikroelektronik. And that was what Romy said when they got this first proposal running. And the idea was to cover all the hot topics of microelectronics. And at the same time, you know, the topic of all things of green became more important also for the BMF, it was a BF at this time. We have to switch back and forth again. And the ministry's priorities shifted and to these green topics, and in parallel we developed this Green ICT Competence Center. And then they said, oh, that's fine, it's a nice idea. Please include this students' academy or this students' summer camp into the Green ICT Competence Center and call it Green ICT Camp. And there we are. So we started with a
summer school and ended up with a whole competence center.
Yeah.
So it escalated quickly. So with that origin story in mind, what do you think? Should students be the counterpart or the heart of every large project?
Typical research projects deal with research, funny enough. So that means they have a quite narrow focus on the scientific topics they deal with, of course. And in best case, students are involved in these projects as helping in the lab or something like that. But the Green ICT Competence Center isn't just a normal project. So it brings together the technologies and the broad knowledge of all the institutes in this competence center, together with the ecological know-how, how to deal with ecological and sustainability issues, and in a very interdisciplinary way. And you as the students, it makes much sense to include you from the very beginning of these activities in this interdisciplinary way to these projects and these activities, because that is what we need in the future also from your side.
So this is a third camp. The first one took place in Berlin, the second one in Nuremberg, and now we are here in Dresden. During this time we saw a immense or a large increase in the demand of such formats like the students' camp. And for this camp, we had over 100 applications. So all of you are selected properly, and but it was a completely new format. Did you have some doubts that it will work out? Say no.
No. You and your team are quite professional, so I hadn't any doubts. But of course, you are right, it's a completely new format, and so we couldn't know for sure how it is used by you, the students. And you yourself, you have a strong focus in your studies too for physics or any kind of engineering or economics. But our experience with the first two camps is that you naturally are good in working behind your scope across the borders and close to the emerging trends. And as you said, 100 applications for this third camp prove us right.
Exactly. But let's be honest now. I mean, involving students is a lot of work for our team, for our project team. Do you think it's worth it?
We are paid for it, aren't we? But you are right again. We are paid for it, but it's a lot of effort also for the people, the local people here in the institute, for example, and it's a lot more effort than we are paid for. But it is worth it. It's a lot of fun, and I think it's also a good thing for researchers. I have been a researcher too many years ago. It's always a good idea for researchers to come out, to step out of their technological niches, out of their lab, and to challenge their setup with a fresh mind. For example, with you, the students here, and it's an investment, and you are the future experts in this field, and you are involved in these interdisciplinary discussions from the very beginning. I think it's worth to invest in these things. And what you also learn here is that we have a challenge taking into account the leading edge technologies you learn at the institutes, but also combine it with ecological improvement. And in the end, there are also economic requirements the industry has to meet, and that all at the same time. So there's a lot of scientific thinking with Green ICT, I think, and with these topics, but the real challenge is always to put it into practice and for the industry to make money out of it.
So, okay, you've mentioned there's a lot of R&D work going on the green topics and also on sustainability, but yeah, companies have to make money. And what do you think? How can we contribute as a Research Fab Microelectronics Germany? What is our role in this whole sustainability game?
Yeah, the Forschungsfabrik Mikroelektronik, the FMD, and the institutes stand for applied research or application-oriented research, and it's one of these political or buzzwords, and simply translated into a real language, it means what we are doing with research at the institutes. That goes directly in the products our customers need to get products which are more innovative, and also they must be competitive. And in the end, it's stupid. It's economy. I remember 2 days ago we had this discussion, roundtable discussion. How was it called?
I have no idea.
The discussion on Tuesday, you know what I mean.
The Polit-Talk?
The panel discussion, yeah, I know. I thought for this fire, but there was no fire. That was the last two panel discussions. It was warm enough here. The most counted word in my imagination, or in my how I remember in the discussion on Tuesday, was beside the word sustainability, of course, the word regulation. And even the guy from the X-Fab emphasized that regulations are an important trigger to move things forward. What that also implied, in my opinion, is in the long run, the products have to be competitive. And that was also, I think, a question from out of you folks at this evening. And I hope that is a major takeaway for you from this camp and for your professional life, that technology, economy and ecology don't need to be in contradiction. With your expertise, interdisciplinary work, and your fresh ideas and thinking outside the box, I think it is possible to develop such products which are innovative, competitive, and also sustainable products. I count on you. On you too.
Me too. But I have two other takeaways for you. For us, the student engagement is not only a nice to have, it's a strategic pillar for the Research Fab Microelectronics Germany. And also programs like Green ICT are part of our long-term mission. So we can't survive without it. So now our Q&A is over. I don't need to, but I want to thank you. I want to thank all the participants of this year and the last years for making this camp so special. Also for making my initial idea coming to life. I also want to thank the BMFTR for the funding. Without this funding, this all wouldn't have been possible. And last but not least, I want to thank my amazing event team for hosting this one. Without you, nothing of this would be happening. And also thank you Fraunhofer IPMS and Fraunhofer IZM for all the content, for all the hard work. And and now I hand over the mic to Niels Nissen. And it's your turn to be on stage now.